So hello everyone, this is a ship I've been saving up for. Well, I've had some help from Zartin, he's kind of funded it. But this is my Vexor build. I'm just going to make it active. As you can see on this side of the screen, that's the build. So let's minimise that. Look at that sexy beast. Looks like a giant egg. So we're going to fit Tristan. Oh, what's the first story? There we go. So it's going to have 4 autocannons. Still stable for the moment. We're going to put some medium armor repairs in. We've got some prototype armor thermic hardeners and armor kinetic hardener. No, it's not the Eggman. 2 cap rechargers, Tech 2. 1 damage control, Tech 2. It's got some awesome stuff. Jury rig the ship, please. Put some jury rigs in. There we go. It's cap stable for now. Optical tracker to improve the tracking speed. Now, am I missing anything? I know I need to get my drones, but that'll be done in a second. So let's see. I need an afterburner. Have I got enough space? Damage control, medium armor repair, 2 prototype armor. I've got 3 rigs in. Yep. We're good to go. And just need the afterburner. Which smiley do you mean, IFO? Sorry, I'm a bit lost. 10mm. How do you know how much space you've got left? Oh, excess capacitor recharge rate 1.2 gigajoules. Okay. So let's see. Let's get myself a 10 mN capacitor afterburner. And I can use a Tech 2 version. Now, can I use that? $25 CPU. Yeah. Power grid. 55. Requires a medium slot. I've got a medium slot. So should I buy it? I think. Cruiser class module. But I need to make sure. Is it a cruiser? The Vexor? I'm still quite new, so I want to make sure. Combat cruiser. Yep. Can I be bothered to do 2 jumps to save some money? I should do. Let's go over there and save some money. And test this out, at least for speed anyway. Hold on. Let's put in all this stuff into the cargo hold of my Vexor. And let's see how quick it moves, even without an afterburner. It's a funky looking ship. Oh, it's huge. It's massive. Oh my god, I didn't think it would be that big. Whoa. Oh. Yeah, I don't know how big cruisers are. I'm still getting used to the size of them. Well, I've saved all the stuff in my inventory, so I can just put them in a bit. It's growing on me, this ship. I weren't too sure on it at first, just because it's all compact and weird shape looking. But give it a bit of time. I mean, it's really cute. To group your gun turrets, how do you do that? I'm guessing you just do this, right? Group all weapons. There we go, they're grouped. You just click that little infinite sign there and it'll group them and ungroup them. And soon we'll get to test this out. But yeah, that's a little preview of the ship I've got, so you need to finish the current mission. I don't think I'll finish this. Yeah, I'm not going to get the bonus disc, but I'm not going to cry over that. Complete mission. Not bad, Delaney, you did well out there against all the odds. Overwhelming odds. Ideally that familiarised you a little with constant of ship loss. Quest mission. Right, welcome back, Fran. We're going to show you how to gain a bit of speed advantage in the field. There are 2 propulsion modifiers available. Afterburners and micro warp drives. I actually have I don't have a micro warp drive on my ship, but I got an afterburner. Afterburners increase your speed, but not as drastically as micro warp drives. Micro warp drives are better, but they use more power. Afterburners only use a moderate amount of capacity to run and cannot be disabled by warp scramblers, unlike micro warp drives, which eat up your capacity quickly. Right, so what's he want us to do? We're going to use our afterburner to travel quickly through a disturbance. So I'll set that as the destination once I accept. And I'm just going to show you because the tutorial's long-winded. Destination set. Well, I'm going to assume I've got the ship that can do it. Come on. Warp to location. There we go. I wasn't sure about the ship at first. It looks a bit funky, but it grows on you eventually. Like fungus. There you go. It grows on you like fungus. Now I've got 10 drones. Now how do I launch drones? I can launch 2. I have no idea how to launch drones, but then again I don't need to worry about that right now because all I'm going to do is travel through a space, part of space with my afterburner on. Simple enough. Better be. Oh, I almost clicked it. Once you enter the next area, you should see an asteroid station. Head to that as quickly as you can. Okay. Oh, this music's epic. Afterburner on. And we're flying up, man. Turbulent storm. Epic music. Keep on floating.
Yeah.
Oh, you logged off, Tom. How dare you?
At least for now.
Come on, get me out of here. And that's all I gotta do. Dooby 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 doo 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 doo. Epic music, man. Wow 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 wow. Yes, you should go away. I don't need to know about videos. I'm busy making one. I've never heard this song before in Eve. Must be new. And that's all I had to do for that mission. So all you do is you activate it and turn it off when you need to. God, this music is so awesome. Afterburns are actually known as ABs. 10 MN go on to, and then you've got 3 different sizes. 1 MN are for frigate size ships, 10 MN afterburners for cruisers, and 100 mil are for battleship. So yes, I don't need a drone skill book. Ah, all the text, knock it down. Welcome back. For your next assignment, we want to teach you about the unique characteristics of Gallente drone tech. Each race has its own preferences when it comes to weapon systems and fighting styles, and understanding our own weapons and battle doctrines will be crucial to your long-term success of being a porn star.
Right.
Yes, you can be a porn star in Eve Tom. We use Gallente. We Gallente use drones, as I'm sure you've noticed. Drones have a number of important advantages. We can load different drones into our bay for different targets and adapt quickly to any situation. One of the best advantages is that drones can think for themselves. Thanks, Mr. Scapegoat, for being an awesome follower. Thank you very much, sir. So basically, we're going to go and use some drones and kill stuff. Gallente weapon systems focus on the use of drones and hybrid turrets, often a mix of both. In order to be launched in space, drones first need to be loaded into a drone bay, which I've already done. What you do is you go to your item hanger and drag them into here. As you can see, I've got 5 of each. I think hobgoblins are the scout ones and hammerheads are the damaged ones. You also have like salvaging drones, mining drones, drones all over the place. Sentry drones are long range, deal instant damage. Combat drones are close range. Logistics drones can repair. Electronic warfare drones like jamming and disrupting, and they all vary by race. So let's get this done. I've showed you how to do that. I've showed you how to load them. Right click. Okay. Once in space, right click on the drone in the bay. To your right, select launch drone. Let's just go into the space. And I'll show you. So we're going to go over to the destination. Once your drones are deployed, you'll have a lock target. But what I want to know is how you launch only so many of them.
Launch only so many
I
drones?
think I know how to do that.
Yeah, just
launch 1 or 2 of each one.
Launch.
Aha. Oh, so they all launch automatically. So I think I've launched the right ones. And do they just float around me while like... Okay, they just hover around me like a little bunch of babies. I think once I lock, it looks like they might go and target it. Or not. F2. And then to draw them back in, you can select them all, and where are they? What can you do? Return to drone bay. Ooh, how come they've all done that, I wonder? So you could actually select which ones you want. So now what? Ooh, little doggy barking. Completed a mission that I fished about drones. Excellent work out there. Ideally, you've built a little understanding of our nation's welfare methods. Just keep in mind that if you prefer one system over another, you can train into it. None of these empires restrict access to their weapons, technology of course. Gallente weapons work best on Gallente ships, which often give exclusive bonuses to fitting hybrid weapons or drones. If you tend to like any other type of weapon system, the chances are you'll want to train or cross-train into databases starships as well. I know that's going to be changing in a future update. They're going to be simplifying the ships at some point, so that kind of is going to be changing. There is a dev diagram. I'll try and find it if I remember and link it in the video for you. I'm being linked to cool ship layout by the looks of it. Eve setup. Let's have a look. Oh god. Big speakers, man. That's awesome. I've only got headphones. That's crazy. That's one of my clanmates. That's Warzy. Corp mates. Bloody hell. Request mission. Good to see you've returned. You're doing well so far, and you're almost through your training. So keep it up. In almost every fleet you'll find yourself in, someone will be in charge. These fleet commanders, more commonly known as FCs, are the only voice you should be listening to. Many capsuleer organisations have splinters in their firms. Are extremely strict about this sort of thing, since they can only attribute their success on the battlefield to disciplined pilots who listen, yes, and obey instructions without question or hesitation. In other words, the line, if you want to make it out there, please listen. If you want to make it as a combat pilot in a large launch, you'd better get used to taking and following orders. For your next assignment, you will join one of our local anti-piracy fleets as a auxiliary support and take your orders from a local Concord fleet commander. They are about to raid a pirate base with hostages present inside. Your job will be explained to you once you arrive at the perimeter of the base. Follow your instructions carefully. The lives of the hostages and the completion of your own training depends on it. The kind of mission, yeah. Fleet warfare. Fleets are your groups. We got 10 hostages to get out. 17,000 ISK with 16,000 bones within 48 minutes. Fleet warfare is common, and often it is fleet fights that can decide important strategic outcomes, such as who holds sovereignty over a system, and therefore anyone can develop it for their own benefit. For many capsuleer organisations, welcome back Tom, part of their success in the field comes from what they call comms discipline. This varies drastically across each organisation, but a few things are common to most: following orders without question, keeping communications channels clear, and when doing so, blah 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 blah. Fleet focus fire, spy tanking. Focus firing basically is the usual thing. Like someone tells you to pick a ship, you pick that ship and attack it. You have primary targets, so that'll be the one you'll do the most damage on. I know I'm not reading it properly, but primary and secondary. So primary are the ones you'll be main focusing on. Secondary are the ones that are in the way. And you have to pay attention to what you're doing and communicating what is the primary, what is your secondary target. Is always important. You realise, yeah. And you can't hesitate or masturbate. Anyway, spy tanking. Well-disciplined capsuleer fleets can engage other gangs much larger than themselves through the use of a web or remote repairs. When every ship fits a remote repair module, the fleet can repair any allied called primary by the opposing fleet. Each member must split his or her focus between attacking hostile target. Blah 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 blah. Accept. So we've got. Oh, it's telling me about damage types. That's interesting. Let's move my phone. I'm spiking. My ears are spiking, man. There are 4 types of damage: EM, thermal, kinetic, explosive. Each ship's armor shield and hull have different resistances towards different damage types. The higher the resistance, the less damage is applied. Yes, makes sense. Hardeners are what you need. If you look at my ship, for example, I have these hardeners here. So I'll show you the info. For example, this one gives me extra hardening by 20% of overload, heat damage. Hold on. So as you can see, it will allow me to take 50% less thermal damage. So that's explosive. Thanks, mate. This is actually a test fit that I was shown. No, I'm not sure how you do this. How do I show that? And basically, as you can see, I've got thermic equipment, kinetic defenses, so that'll protect me by quite a bit, and then pretty much all that different good stuff. So as you can see, hardens are quite important. So lasers do EM damage, thermal damage, or a combination of both. I would like to do some laser damage at some point. Maybe I like the idea of using lasers, but that's probably going to mean going into a different tree at the same time. Projectile weapons do EM damage, explosive, kinetic, thermal damage, or a combination. Hybrid do kinetic, thermal, blah blah blah. Missile launchers, thermal, EM, kinetic, and explosive. So for trial and error, you can find the optimal type of ammo to use. So that's just learning how to use whatever when you need to and being careful. So let's go and get this done. Right, let's go. If you want to show us a list, you could save it and open it via the fitting browser. Yeah, I found the browse bit there. Awesome. So let's go out to our target. This ship probably is overkill for the purpose of the mission, but whatever. So let's go over there. We've also got to learn to group some of these up. So hold on. Hobgoblins, I forget they're the scout ones, right? Scout. So let's take out 3 of those and put them back into the bay. And then we're going to put I don't want 7 there, that is so hard to see. How do you unsplit them? I forget how to unsplit them. That's a bit tricky. I want to split them, so I only got 2 drones in there. So I'm just asking Quadra. Why am I being targeted? Hey? I didn't want to lock target, eh? They're in the group. So I'm being recommended to have different groups. Okay, so those are my scout drones. Move out of group. So I've got 2 of each in that group now. But that's what I'm going to have to just practice on a bit outside of the game, so I can learn that outside of the videos. Are you back, Tom, did you say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Docking permission requested. Docking requested.
No. Oh, oops. This is what you get when you get a bit flummoxed. Oh dear. All scouts for frigate and destroyers.
Warp drive active.
God, this ship looks awesome. Where are you going to go to, Cotton Eye Joe? There we go, sorted. It's only going at 3 AU, so it's definitely slower than my last ship. Okay, so a mix of them is inefficient. Alright, so if we take out my hobgoblins, move them out of the group. I'm here. Right. Larger drones have a harder time hitting small targets. The small drones do an obvious less amount of damage to larger targets. That makes sense. So I've ordered the fleet to hold its ground for the time being, but we're going to send you in to recover the hostages shortly. Move out to the next area where the pirates are. They're expecting a negotiator, but we're sending you instead. You are not to escape unless I give the order. We need to maintain the appearance of a peaceful negotiation until safety of the hostages is confirmed. Alright, so I'm going to just behave myself. Is he the one underneath? Let's put my afterburner on. It's taking too long. What's its max speed to? 555. Let's get going. Good work. In a moment we're going to request that the pirates relocate the hostages into the prison facility. You should see up their head here, so we can verify the safety. The moment they've done that, I want you to charge towards the prison and get them out. Do not fire on anyone or anything. Okay. Wait for the go order. Waiting patiently like a good little boy. Go, go, go! Get moving! How far are we? We're at a target at some point. God, I can't even read that text. 7,000, 6,000. Yep, it's in-game music. I love the music in this game. Okay, can we get out now? Can I go? Now what? Am I going to get any more orders, or do I just walk straight out? Yep, looks safe to me. Yeah, I forgot to do that actually. Thanks for that point. That should be it, right? I haven't going to kill anything now. Good. That's the way I want it. Do 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 do. Well, that wasn't easy enough mission. New. Come on. Yeah, I know in this episode I'm a little bit quieter because I'm just sleepy still. Right, so let's hand this in. How far are we into this now? Well done, Ada. You followed your orders as I hoped you would. There's a lot more to being a competent fleet pilot, of course, but so often it is the simple lessons I've forgotten fastest. Discipline counts for a great deal. Well, how far am I into this now? Almost there, Movaro. Next up, we're going to return to interdiction targets, interdiction even, and test your use of a stasis web module. When activated on the target ship, the stasis web will encase it in a containment field and slow it down dramatically, usually more than halving its speed. Webs, as they are often called by your capsuleers, are invaluable for controlling the enemy's movement on the battlefield. Mid-battalion engineers have even built entire ship designs that focus on increasing the effectiveness of Weber Fire modules. Controlling range of the battlefield can be a huge advantage. Time for you to see for yourself, we think. We've chased the pirate down to a nearby hideout and we want you to interrogate him. You'll need to pin him down first though. You won't talk unless you can show him there's no escape. We'll provide you with a civilian stasis Weber Fire, which will be more than enough to get on top of him. Do not get too close to any Concord police vessels inside this area as they may see you a threat. Okay. Weber Fires, 10 kilometers. Yeah, we've talked about this already. Without a scrambler and on your web, you may find some targets will be able to use their MWD to escape. Yeah, let's go. And they work within 10,000 meters, 10 kilometers. Be careful to do it quickly, otherwise you'll be screwed. So where we're gonna go? I don't even know what mission I'm on. Glue. These ones aren't even numbered, so I don't even know how many more missions there are. I've lost track. It would help if I actually fitted the darn item. I would be glad once these toy missions are done. Item hangar. Okay, what can I unfit? It's low power. Now, which one's high and low again? I forgot which order this is. Show info. Low power. Okay, so what can I take out for the moment? Put that into my Vexor for the moment. Throw the stasis Weber Fire there. Oh, it's medium power. Darn it. Oops. So let's take out the tracking computer for now. And put the Weber Fire in there. There we go. I'll just take out the tracking computer for now just because it's simple. It's still in my bag, in my inventory. I keep calling it bags. Let's go. Let's get them moving in my overpowered ship for this mission. Get out of here, Edgar. I'm not going to move. You can get stuffed. You move first. I'll have to remember these button pushes at some point. F3, Alt F3 is to Webify him, okay. Yeah, I'll take them out of the, I'll make a new overview for asteroids at some point anyway. Then again, I can take it back completely because I won't be doing much mining on this character. He's targeting. Haha, you missed. Come on. Ah, get closer. Almost there. Come on. Stupid ship. Alright, I'm standing there. I'll cooperate. Just let me live. Now what? What do you want me to do? Stand down, pilot. Good work. Report back to me when you're ready. Concord can take it from here. Ah, they blew it up. Buggers. Let's get out of here. God, this advanced military mission set is really boring. The first military section was more fun. Because you actually blew shit up. It's like, I get a crowd control. Not now. Move on. Moop, moop, moop. Nearly there. Oh, some Russian dude subscribed to me. Welcome. Yeah, these missions aren't bad. I think once I get through these now, I'll be happy to get into actual gameplay rather than just like running around doing the missions all the time. These are quite fun, but I can't wait to do the Sisters of Eve arc. I've just got exploration to do. So let's quickly hand this in and then I will be back in another episode. Right, start convo. Nicely done, you applied just the right amount of firepower necessary, something which can often yield more than an outright slaughter. You've almost completed your training with us. Once you're done, we plan to recommend you to our nation's Capsuleer militia, the Federal Defence Union. What you have learned from us would quickly be overshadowed by what you could learn while fighting in service to the Federation. You might think money will be a more suitable reward, but reputation matters a great deal in New Eden, and so does finding people who share your hopes and ideals. To belong to the militia day, you must prove yourself as a combat pilot. This is what lies ahead, Medela and Bavaro. Get a combat ship fitted out and get yourself ready for a fight. So I haven't got to tell you to subscribe, someone else will. We're going to be stepping back on this one and letting you take control of the situation. One of our patrols spotted a small group of suspicious vessels headed towards a local pleasure hub. After processing their ship's ID tags, we've determined that one of the pilots is a known terrorist responsible for dozens of station bombings. A Concord raid into the premises would be picked up by the terrorists well before the ships actually arrived. We need this murderer taken out while we have his location, so you must move yourself in and assassinate him, understand? What the... Declining a mission from a particular agent, you get a ship, you get some rapid firing, you get some of these. You are about to fight a pirate with similar capabilities as you. Be prepared for him to use a warp scrambler and a stasis weapon fire on you. Always pay close attention to your objectives. The mission asks that you only assassinate the leader, not his wingman. You must make a decision on the field whether or not to engage them first and limit the gang's damage, or kill your mark and get out quickly. Should I fit warp core stabilizer? Definitely not. They are negatively impact your locking time. Attack precious low power slots. I'm just gonna go for it. What? Identify targets. The combat ahead is designed to test your ability to properly identify threats and prioritize targets. You will encounter multiple hostiles and need to choose which to engage first. Your target will be using warp scramblers and stasis weapon fire, so be prepared. Our strategy is to focus on the weaker ships first. Although fragile subships could still deal out significant damage, so removing them from the field as quickly as possible will lower the combined damage to you. In this mission, however, you only have to kill a specific person. Yeah, I'm just going to blow him up. Avoiding web and scramble range. Having a greater speed will allow you to avoid the webs and scrams and keep you safe. Remember that longer range weapons operate outside the 10-kilometer ranges. The range of weapon fires deal less damage. Luring your opponent, often referred to as kiting. This strat allows you to use superior velocity to lure out faster and often weaker enemies from their group. Once they are separated, they are dispatched with long-range ammunition. The aim of the tactic is to remain outside the enemy's range, or so far away that the incoming damage is lower significantly. You can also use speed. Tank is important, so the faster you move, the harder it is supposedly to attack you. If your ship was standing still, it would have zero transverse velocity and it would be very easy for guns to hit you. As a general rule, the faster you move, the greater its transverse velocity, but only if you move your ship laterally across the face of the hostile vessel. If you were to fly directly towards it, it would have a very low transverse velocity regardless of speed. Yeah, so keep moving. Is the closer the range, the best way to go. At a slightly indirect angle, the higher your speed, the harder it is for hostile guns to track you. Damage from guns depends a great deal on tracking. If hostile guns can't track you, well, they won't do much damage. Yeah, okay. Align to? One commonly used tactic is pre-alignment. It involves selecting a celestial object, planet or stargate. Warping your ship involves 3 steps: activating, aligning, and picking up sufficient base velocity. To engage your warp drives. If you are already aligned towards your destination and moving at full speed, then warping out of dangerous situations becomes an instant thing. So that's going to be interesting. Obviously, if you're scrambled, you will not be able to warp. So scrambles would be important. Let's see how we do. I have no idea how this is going to work. I also need to remember to just change some fittings real quick. I don't need that in for now. Oh, you can't do it. Okay.
Do what?
I was able to do it before, I'm sure I was. What should we call it? Take stuff out your fitting when you're outside the station. Unless I'm just mistaken. Let's get out of here. Right. Move ship. So yeah, you can see how aligning would be important, because when you think about it, I had to turn my ship around, then I have to warp out afterwards. So I'm using my Vexor. Been looking at different builds. I might be working towards a Vindicator eventually, which looks like a Northern battle cruiser. But the next ship I'll probably be trying to get is the Megathrone. So hopefully once we do some missions, I'll be good. Hi Zartin, how you doing, dude? Good to see you, mate. Scanners are picking up 3 hostiles. It took a while to target. Okay, it's F2. Oh god, this is going to be tight. Where's my armor repairer?
You're 10 jumps away from me. Yep.
10 jumps? Oh, I forgot to turn my second computer on. Oh, I'm doing a lot of damage to him already. I didn't even notice. Ha 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 ha. No, we're gonna kill you. Look at that, straight into the face. And you, do you want some too? The autocannons are just completely on your face. Ah, F2, come on. And I forgot to turn on my resistors on. Oops, wow. This ship is overkill for the mission. Not like I need them. Let's see what loot he's got. I want some loot. Give me that loot, man.
What's that? Sorry.
So how many, have you got a target for your miners, Tom? Like, you know, your driving test, have you got any target for how many miners you want to get?
In my mock test.
That's not bad.
So I'll be happy with that.
Go for it. I don't want that, I want to do that one. 303,000 ISK worth of crap. That's a good haul. Yeah. I need to learn not to. I need to learn to turn everything off when I'm not using
Especially
it.
if you don't have a stable thingy.
Yeah. That's the key part of it. You've got nothing. Okay, let's walk back to the base. Because we passed the test, easy mode. And as I've been schooled, don't forget to turn all your resists on. And when I did it, you saw that I was using armor repair all the time. Don't waste armor repair, only use it when you need to. See, for me, I could wait for you can wait for your shields to go down. And just have it on as soon as your shields get close to emptying, then turn your armor repair on, kind of thing. But always make sure to have your armor resists on, like your hardeners, and you'll make things a lot easier for you.
The seems to be the one that takes up the most capacitor.
Docking permission requested.
Yeah, especially if you've got a high level of if your repair system is quite high, because the cycles are going through quite quickly. And you're just constantly badgering yourself. What's the power on a weapon do? What the hell is that? Is that just an item? A targeting subsystem that projects an electronic attack. Ah. I haven't got target painting though. Alright, so we've done that mission. And I'll get some ISK, and I'll get some stuff. With either the afterburner or the repair module. Okay. Excellent work. You've proven you know how to handle yourself in deadly situations. What you've overcome today represents only a fraction of the threat a skilled capsuleer poses. But the basic premises are the same. Warp scramblers, webifiers, afterburners are a weapon of choice. With these tools, the knowledge to use them, and the courage to try again in the face of ship loss, you can become much more than you are now. Remember, it is much about the mindset you have as it is about the ships you dispose of. Now, I mentioned earlier, I've arranged to have your standing to the Gallente Federation increased. This bump in your rep will help you enlist in factional warfare where you can fight alongside your own people. There are many battles being fought over the occupancy of strategic systems, and every ship makes a difference. Whether you follow that path or take another is up to you. I would also recommend that you enroll in other training courses if you haven't already, and learn as much as you can before making any long-term plans. My work here is done, though. I thank you for the help you've given us, and I hope you've learned something in return. Fly safe. So if you're watching on Twitch, don't go anywhere, but if you're watching on YouTube, thanks for enjoying my Let's Play as usual. Hopefully you'll learn a few things, so just remember, use cap, keep your cap as high as you can by only using stuff like repairers and stuff when needed, and you'll be fine. So have a good day, have a good night. Thanks for spending a good time with me in EVE Online, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Take care. Fly safe. Adios.